Hey everyone. I just wanted to do a rather quick live stream today, um, just because there's something that's been on my mind, something that's been weighing heavily on me recently, and that is pretty much our lack of action right now. We see a lot of what's going on in California, and it's starting to spread a little bit to other cities, but I feel like a lot of people don't understand how serious the situation is right now. I mean, we have senators that are getting violently removed for asking a question in a public meeting in their own home state. We have a sheriff in Florida that is literally threatening to kill people who oppose ICE. I mean, threatening like bodily harm in graphic ways to harm people for protesting. Uh, that's not right. That's not normal. We have the Marines that have been that Trump's trying to send to LA, and they are going to have live ammunition. They're not shooting rubber bullets; they're shooting live ammunition. And this is a group of Marines that only has 2 days worth of civil unrest training, just 2 days of it, and they're being deployed with live ammunition. I mean, think about that. Think about how messed up all of that is. Mario Savio once said in his Brow Hall address that there's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious that you're so sick of part that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all. And that's the spirit that we need right now. That's what we need. Uh, for example, Musk, he didn't back down until his fortune was threatened. I mean, he lost almost half of his fortune before he decided to stop dismantling the government, at least dismantling it so openly. And that's because that's what these people understand. They understand money. And we've got to stop the flow of money. We've got to stop the flow of commerce. We've got to show them that this isn't okay, that as long as this continues, we are not going to participate in their machine anymore. We're not going to participate in their oppression of us anymore. I mean, I don't know how else to convey that to you. It is so incredibly important that we rise up in this moment, that we say to the people who are running the system right now that we this is not okay. We're not going to take it. That we are going to rise up. We are going to say that no, this is not okay. No, we're not going to participate in this any longer. We are going to put our bodies upon the gears, upon the wheels, upon all the apparatus, and we are going to make this stop, because anything less than that in this moment is bowing down to authoritarianism. It's bowing down to fascism. That's not something that we can do in this moment right now. This moment is too precious. It's too rare. Anytime that we give up in this moment, every second that we say that, you know what, it's not bad enough yet, that's a second that it gets harder for us to do so in the future. And until we get there, until we get to that mindset that now is the time to take action, that now is when we need to do things, nothing is going to change. And I don't know how to get through to people that this moment is when we need to act. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not when we lose even more rights, not once protesters have been shot by Marines, not once the Florida sheriff says, actually takes action on his threats and runs people over and drags them through the streets. That's actually what he said would happen to protesters. What is it going to take? How many lives are going to have to be taken? How many people are going to have to be deported for us to see that no, this is not okay, that we are going to stop it now? I mean, we need to get out there at every single protest. We need to make our voices heard. We need more than just protests. We need you to call your representatives, to call your senators, to call your mayors, to call your governors, to call everyone that represents you and let them know that this has to stop now. That is the only way that we get through this. I don't know how to make you see that we need direct action. We need mutual aid. We need people like the pop-up protest in LA that came out of nowhere. The people just showed up. They showed up in their suits, they showed up in sandals, and they said no to this ICE detention facility. That is what we need right now. That is what's going to take to stop this situation, to stop the downfall of our country, to stop the persecution of minorities, to stop the deportation of immigrants and their families and children who need treatment in order to live. Like, what else is it going to take to get you to see that now is the time? I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to convince you that if you don't take action now, there's not going to be another chance. If you settle for nothing now, you'll settle for nothing later. Like, that's how it works. You've got to get out there. Monday is a general strike. That's when we say, no, you know what, we're done. We're not working. We're not buying anything. That's when we say no. That's when we grind the machine to a halt. And then on the 14th, that's No King's Day. They're so afraid of that Trump is backing conspiracy theories that people are going out there and get violent against us. They want you to be afraid. They want you to stay home. And that's exactly why you can't stay home. I know that not everyone has the ability to get out and protest. Not everyone is physically able to. Not everyone is safe enough to get out and protest. And that's okay, because there are plenty of other things that we need other than people out there on the front lines. There are plenty of other things that we need. You can sit back. You can bring food to the people there. You can offer to babysit so that people can make it to the protest and don't have to bring their kids. You can provide medical aid, you can provide support, you can amplify the message on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on anything. Just get out there, do something, because if you don't do it, you're not going to have another chance. That's really all I can say. So please do something now before it's too late.